Anyone that works in SEO knows that it's a game of ticking boxes. So today I'm going to talk you through daily SEO tips to help you stay on top of things. So to start off with, I'm going to start with Google Webmaster Tools. So the first thing you do when you get into work, first thing I would do is check Google Webmaster Tools. It's an excellent tool and it can help you see how healthy your site is in the eyes of a search engine. So it will give you sort of crawling issues, it will tell you if you've got any duplicate meta, it will give you information on site speed, it will talk about the links pointing to your domain, it will tell you if you've got any broken links. So it's a really good tool to see how healthy your site is from a technical point of view. So the first thing I'd do is check your Google Webmaster Tools account, because here you're going to get lots of valuable data and spot any technical issues straight away that will keep your site nice and healthy for the rest of the day. Next thing I'll look at is Google Analytics. Now obviously this is a huge tool with lots of potential, but the first thing I'll do is check my traffic data. I would then look at sort of what keywords are delivering traffic to what pages. You can look at your bounce rate. You can compare to sort of previous time periods. So is the traffic better than this time last week? Is the traffic better than this time last year? So it's a really good tool to sort of benchmark yourself and to see how you've performed the day before. So second thing I'll do is check my Google Analytics. Next up, I would look at backlinks. Now backlinks are a huge part of SEO still, and it's important that you take responsibility for the links pointing to your domain. So you can use a number of tools like Link Detox, Majestic SEO, Open Site Explorer. Again, you can even look in Google Webmaster Tools, but it's really important that you take responsibility for all the links pointing to your domain. So you can have a look at your links and start to decide what you think is relevant, what's not relevant, what's natural, what's deemed unnatural. So if you don't like a link pointing to your domain, try and remove that link. If you do like it, maybe you could change the anchor text to work in your favor. So there's lots of different things you can look at. You could look at the relevancy of the link, you could look at the IP address. So there's lots of different things that you can look at to make sure your link profile is squeaky clean. But again, it's really important you do this regularly, because with updates like Penguin and Panda, it's important that you take ownership of the links pointing to your domain. So number 3, I would check my backlinks. Moving on, I would then look at duplicate content. Now we all know search engines like Google frown upon duplicate content. So it's really important, again, that you focus on that content and make sure no one is using your copy. So you can use a tool to check your copy. One I tend to use is Copyscape. And again, you can run your site through that tool and find out, is anyone else using your copy on the web? If they are, make sure you contact them and ask them to change the copy, or even better, change your copy to make sure it's unique. And again, it's something you should take responsibility for. And if you're checking your duplicate content regularly, then you won't have any hiccups if there is any duplicate content sort of out in the SERPs, which could be harming your rankings. Okay, next up, we're going to look at rankings themselves. Now, some people tend to check their rankings as they're brushing their teeth. Some people tend to check them daily on their iPhone. But what I tend to do is do the technical audit, look at the traffic, and then look at the rankings next. So start to look at branded rankings, look at keyword rankings. Is there anything new? Has anything dropped? Has any competitor gone ahead of you? It's a really good way to sort of decide what you're going to work on for the rest of the day. So if there might be one particular key term that you dropped for, this will then give you something to go on to work on in the afternoon. So the next one would be rankings. Following on from that, I would then look at page 1 domination for my brand terms. So type in your brand. Is everything there positive? Is there anything negative? Is it all good reviews? Now, it's really important to have everything positive on page 1 for your brand terms. So have a look. Is there anything you can shift? There might be a really good PR story that you want to push onto page 1. If there is, build some links to that profile and try and make sure everything for your brand term is extremely positive. Moving on, the next thing I'd look at is my competitors. So obviously you want to make your link profile unique, you want to stand out, but it's always good to see what is my competitor doing. Are they building different links? What are they doing differently on page? So there's a number of different things you can check. You can use link tools like link decks, see where they're getting their links from. But again, you can do a manual review on page. Is there anything differently they're doing on page that you could be doing? Have they written a good blog post? Are they getting good social signals? So there's lots of different things you can look at from a competitor point of view, and this will sort of give you a good steer on sort of where you're at and what you could focus on in the coming days. This brings me on to my next point, which is trends and blog posts. So it's really important to see what's going on in your industry. So check your industry blogs, check what's trending on Twitter, check what's trending on Google+, and just to see if there's anything newsworthy or anything that maybe you could have an opinion on. If you can have an opinion on that, then definitely write some content. So maybe write a blog post, publish a blog post on your site, and have an opinion on what's current, and maybe try and get some traffic from that topic that you're writing on. Again, another way to stream traffic is to share that through social media, which brings me on to my last point. Try and share your content on social platforms. So share it on your Twitter page, share it on your Facebook page, share it on your Google+ page, maybe on your LinkedIn page as well. But if you created really good content that's current, share it on your social platforms, give off the right social signals to search engines, and again, you will sort of reap the benefits from an SEO point of view. So anyway, I hope that's been helpful, but I find if you stick to this routine, you will definitely get some good results. Now, we all know no day in SEO is the same, but I find if you check each of these boxes individually, you'll be able to check from a link building point of view, from a technical point of view, from a social point of view, from an on-page point of view. So it's a really good way to sort of go through these steps and find out what you should work on, and to check you're not missing anything that could potentially harm your rankings. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you do want any more information on SEO tips, feel free to visit Kuzai, and you can have a look on our blog. It's at kuzai.com.